Ladies and gentlemen, once again, my name is Greg Young, coming to you live from Davenport, Florida. Again this morning with my morning live wake ups. But first of all, I just want to say Happy Memorial Day to all the people the men and women that served in the armed forces of the law and protected our country. Happy Memorial Day to each one of y'all. You are truly the heroes for us to protect us and serve and fight for us in our country, and I really do appreciate it. But this morning, my morning life wake ups is going to be about stop blaming yourself for what others have done to us in our past, because a lot of times we blame what has went on and what has happened to us in our past, and we allow that to hold us back from moving on in our future, because our self-esteem lows, our confidence level lows, and all these different things, and we start to blame ourselves and think that it's us, that the reason why we was treated the way we was treated in the past. But what we have to realize is that, whatever's went on in your past, whatever you've been through, whatever you had to endure, or however you was treated, or how somebody treated you, or whatever somebody done to you, you have to realize that all the times it wasn't your fault. That person just wasn't meant for you. He wasn't going to do you right, or she wasn't going to do you right, or whatever case may be. And we cannot allow, what has happened to us in our past, or where we blame ourselves. We say, well, maybe if I would have treated him right or her right, or treated her better, or respected her better, or did this better, or did that, maybe they wouldn't have went out and did what they did to me. But what you have to realize that people have their own mind. And sometimes it doesn't matter, no matter how good or how bad you treat somebody, some people just not meant to treat you right, no matter how good you treat them. So what you have to realize is that, everything in life is a challenge. And when you are treated wrong in your past, just count that as a challenging experience for you to be able to move on to the next level. Count it as a challenging experience and a learning experience, not to make the same mistakes twice, and don't blame yourself and beat yourself up and give up on yourself and say, well, I'm no good. I'm not going to be able to do this. I can't do this. I can't do that. Nobody respects me. Everybody talks about me. Everybody puts me down. Everybody tells me I'm dumb. Everybody tells me I'm not going to be nothing. Don't let what people have did to you in your past, stop blaming them and stop holding that shield over you of protection, and not wanting to go out there and try again at accomplishing something, no matter what the situation was in your past, no matter how somebody treated you, no matter what somebody said to you, no matter what somebody done to you. This is what we must learn. We must learn how to move on past our past so we can create a better future for our lives. But if we cannot move on past our past, and we keep blaming people for what, and we keep blaming other people for what happened to us in our past, and we keeping on and letting that be a part of our present life, then we're never going to get the lifestyle that we want in the present, because we're always going to be stuck in the past. We're always going to be like, okay, well, so-and-so and so-and-so did me wrong and I treated them right. So now I just don't want to deal with nobody. I'm just done with people in general, because nobody's good. People don't, but what you have to realize, everybody's not the same. You have to realize sometimes when things happen to you in your past, and people do things to you, in your past, then you have to learn how to move forward past them and realize that, hey, maybe that person just really wasn't a good person from the beginning for you. Maybe you wanted to see the good in that person, but there was none there. But you kept blaming yourself for your shortcomings, and you stayed and you deal with something that you shouldn't have dealt with. You should have just moved on. And that's where we have our biggest setback in life, is that we allow the blame that we have placed on others for what has happened to us in our past, what others have done to us. to stop us from moving forward to the next level in life of success to where we want to be. But what we have to realize is that, you know, things are going to happen in your life. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be setbacks. There's going to be people that's not going to support you in everything you do. There's always going to be people that talk about you no matter what you do. If you can do everything good and everything right, but there's always going to be somebody somewhere talking about you, you know. And because, I mean, like I said, the late great Bishop Leonard, you know, he said people are a trip, and that's the truth. You know, no matter what, people are a trip. People are going to always have something negative to say about you no matter what you do. So what you need to learn how to do, you need to learn how to rise above the negativity that people are putting on you. Don't feed into a negative spirit, and don't feed into what has happened to you in your past and allow it to bring negativity into your future. Because when you do that, now you start blaming yourself for your failures that you're having right now in your future, why things are not going right, because you go back to what has happened to you in your past or what people have done to you. But what you have to realize, when you set out to accomplish something big in life, it doesn't matter how smart you are. It doesn't matter what type of knowledge you have. It doesn't matter what type of education you have. All that matters is what type of mindset that you have up here to succeed in whatever you want to succeed in. But you cannot succeed in it if we don't stop blaming other people for what happened in our past. We have to realize that, our past is our past. And me, myself, I treat my past as a learning experience, because all the things that I endured in my past and people done to me, it just made me grow more today, to this day, to want to become better, a better person than what I was back then. And all the things that people said and done to me, and the backbiting and the lying and all the different things that was done to me in my lifetime. But I don't allow those things to hold me back from moving forward, because I have a destination that I want to reach. And I'm on this journey to get to this destination. And I know along this journey, it's not going to be easy. I know there's going to be ups and downs. I know there's going to be people that talk about me. I know there's going to be people that's going to say, hey, he ain't going to be able to do it. He can't do it. He ain't going to amount to nothing. But I don't allow what people say define who I am, because everything that people have done to you in your past, or everything that people are saying about you right now, just remember this: it does not define your character of who you are as a person and what you can and cannot go out there and accomplish as a person. So you got to really remember that. You cannot allow what people think about you, or how they feel about you, or their opinion of you, stop you from your destination of moving forward to the level in life to where you want to be. Because the minute that you allow someone to stop you from your destination, then you might as well abort their lifestyle, because now they have stopped you from achieving your mission and put you back into their lifestyle where they are. And that's why you have to be strong enough to say, you know what, I don't care what it takes. I'm going to accomplish this, because this is what I want. This is what I deserve out of life. I deserve to live the life of fun, freedom, and fulfillment, and be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it, and not do it according to somebody else's ways of doing it, or how somebody else wants to do it. I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. And I'm going to make the decisions the way I want to make the decisions. And I'm going to be successful within my own way. I'm going to do the things that it takes for me to be successful. I'm not going to allow somebody to tell me that I can't do something. I'm not going to allow how people have ridiculed me in my past and the things that they have said about me to stop me from my future and building what I want out of life. And that's what we all need to get. That's the reason why I say within my morning life wake-ups this morning is that stop blaming others for what have happened to us in our past. Because if we don't get over our past, we can't get to our future. There's so many people right now that are afraid of investing in themselves because they had one bad investment. And now they think all investments is bad. There are so many people that's afraid from moving on to the next level of happiness in their life because people hadn't been treating them right. And now they believe that they don't have what it takes to have the relationship with someone and to have a nice nursing relationship with someone. So they give up. It's, well, you know what? I guess I'll just stay single for the rest of my life. No, don't grasp for that attitude. Always grasp for that God has something in store for you that is better than what you had before. You know, and don't look at what happened to you in your past and take it into your future and believe that you cannot have a brighter future because you had a dark past. That's not the way it is. It's all within your mindset and your ways of thinking and what you believe, because I say it all the time, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. But it cannot achieve nothing, you know, when it cannot conceive it and believe it. So you just have to be to the point in life to where and have this attitude that no matter what happens, I'm going to get what I deserve out of life. No matter what goes on, no matter what obstacles I have to climb over, I'm going to get what I deserve out of life. You know, I deserve happiness and I'm going to get happiness, you know, and picture happiness. Because like I said, you get what you picture. If you picture happiness, you'll get happiness, you know. But if you allow what is happening to you in your past and you still blaming people for what they done to you in your past, and you know, and you're picturing not being able to be happy, you're not going to be happy. So that's what I'm saying to you this morning. Let go and stop blaming people for the things that they've done to us in our past, and move forward and step into a new journey of life and a new journey to a new destination. You know what I'm saying? Because you have to realize, if you want what you want out of life, it's up to you to go out there and get it. Ain't nobody gonna give it to you. Ain't nobody gonna drop it in your lap. Ain't nobody gonna say, well, hey, Greg, here's $1 million. Go out and spend it accordingly the way you want to. That's just not the way life happens. You've got to be able to go through the sacrifices and do what it takes to get that $1 million if you want to be that first generation of millionaire. But you cannot have the mindset to be able to get that $1 million if you're still stuck and blaming people for what people done to you 20, 30 years ago, way back when you was a child, and all these things. And now you're allowing all that to clutter up inside of your head, and it's disrupting your train of thoughts. And now you cannot think clearly, you cannot see clearly. So now you cannot do what you need to do in order to be successful as you want to be, because you're still stuck in the past. Release yourself from the past and move on to the future, because your past is your past. Everybody's got a past. Everybody had things that people done to them in their past that they're not proud of, and they wish people hadn't done it to them. But it happened. We can't change that. All we can do is just move forward past it and do everything that we can in our power to prove that we can be the successful person that we set out to be. But we cannot have success and we cannot get success if we don't believe that we can be successful. And when you're still in your past and you're still blaming people for the things that other people done to you in your past, and you're waking up each and every day and you're thinking about that, and you're thinking about all your failures that you had in your past when you tried to do something and you wasn't able to accomplish it, and now that's stopping you and holding you back from moving forward, and now you don't want to try to create a better lifestyle because you don't believe that you can. I'm here to tell you this morning, stop blaming others for what has happened to us in our past and move forward into our future so we can create the lifestyle that we deserve for us and our family. Because a lot of people don't create the lifestyle that they deserve because they have regret. They regret that they allowed somebody to do them that way, and now they still regret it until this day. And they have regret and they have anger, and they're not able to think clearly, and they're not able to focus like they need to focus so they can accomplish what they need to accomplish. So they need to let that go. You know, stop thinking about it. You know, stop blaming people. You know, stop blaming, you know, stop blaming stop blaming yourself for what others have done to you in your past. You know, you have to stop blaming yourself for what others have done to us in our past, because the thing is, when we blame ourselves for what others have done to us in our past, we set ourselves back. We set our belief level back. We set our confidence level back. We set our consistency level back. And as long as you're setting those levels back, you're not going to move forward. So you've got to stop blaming ourselves for what people have done to us in our past. Because the thing is, our past is our past. We can't go back and turn the hands back of time and get our and do everything over that we didn't do right in our past. And we can't go back and turn back the hands of times and you know, go back through what all the things that people have done to us in our past and the blame that we have placed on them for the things that they have done to us in our past. We just have to learn how to just let it go and move forward. Because if you learn how to let something go and you move forward, then now you can focus on what's at hand. What's the task at hand that you're trying to complete? But you cannot complete the task at hand that you're trying to complete as long as you're stuck blaming, you know, as long as you're stuck blaming yourself for what someone else done to you in your past. You got to stop. You can't blame yourself for what someone else done to you in your past, because that's your past. You know, it may have been based upon the way you carried yourself and they thought you was that type of person and they played you that way, or it may have been the way your actions was, your appearance and the things, and then they played you that way. But you just have to just, you know, get past it, move forward. Move forward. Because what we have to realize in life, anything that we're trying to accomplish big in life is going to be a struggle. It's going to take some challenges. It's going to be some ups and downs. There's going to be some things that people say that you don't agree with. There's going to be some people on the outside that's going to talk about you. Everything is going to happen, because the thing is, you know, when you head to a higher level in life, you get a higher devil. My mom used to say that all the time in her lifetime. When you escalate to a higher level, a higher devil, and then the devil comes in and he wants to stop you from accomplishing whatever you want, whatever you set out to accomplish. But this is what he does. He uses the people that are the closest to you to break you down. I'll say that again. He uses the people that are the closest to you to break you down. And how does he do that? Because he uses them, and how he uses them to discourage you. He uses them to tell you you cannot accomplish this. He uses them to tell you you're not smart enough. You didn't graduate high school. You don't have a college degree. Don't worry about what you don't have. Worry about what you want. Because if you worry about, if you focus on what you don't have, then you're never going to get nowhere. Focus on what you have, and then set your sights on the vision of where you want to go. Because if you can focus on what you have and you can set your sights on the vision of where you want to go, now you start to see life a little bit more clearly than you did before, because of the simple fact now you have a purpose. You have set a purpose for your life. You have put together a purpose and said, hey, you know what? I'm not going to worry. I'm going to stop blaming myself for what others have done to me in my life. And I'm telling you, stop blaming yourself for what others have done to you in your past and move forward. Because if you don't, then you're never going to get what you want out of life. You can only get what you want out of life when you go for it. But you cannot go for it if you don't have the mindset to go for it. So you have to realize, when you allow what people have done to you in your past to you know, you blame yourself for it and you think that it happened to you because of who you was. No, it didn't. It happened to you because of who you was dealing with. And that's what you have to realize, you know, and when you go through bad experiences in life, don't give up. Don't quit. You know, always try again, because remember, in everything that you try in life, it's not going to happen overnight. You know, you're not going to get rich overnight. You're not going to become a millionaire overnight. And you're not going to become this person to where you have everything together in your life overnight. It's just not going to happen. You have to realize that we are all a work in progress. And by us being a work in progress, then we have to learn how to overcome obstacles when they are faced in front of us. And that's why, you know, we have to stop blaming ourselves for what has happened to us in our past and allowing it to stop us from our future. Because that's the greatest thing that holds people back today, is that they don't get past their past. They keep their past bottled up on the inside of them. And then as soon as they set out to do a particular task or set out to do something great or whatever, now their past comes in, and then they get all these different weights on their shoulder of their past and the things that have happened to them in their past and what all they have blamed themselves for that others have done to them in their past. And now they believe in their mind that they cannot do what they set out to achieve, because they have allowed their past to taunt their future. And you cannot allow what has happened in your past to taunt your future. You got to let it go. You got to learn to let go and say, hey, you know what? That was my past. That happened in my past. I'm just going to let that go, and I'm going to keep moving forward, because I want to be something in life. I want to accomplish some things in life. And I know that I cannot accomplish these things in life that I'm trying to accomplish, that I'm striving so hard to accomplish, because of the simple fact that, you know, I'm stuck in my past. I've allowed what has happened in my past and blaming others and blaming myself for what others have done to me in my past, and now I can't get past it. But what I'm saying to you this morning in my morning light wake-ups is stop blaming ourselves for what has happened to us in our past, because 9 times out of 10, it wasn't your fault. You know, because people will manipulate you into thinking that every time something goes wrong in their life, it's your fault. But you cannot allow a person to manipulate you into believing that every time something goes wrong in their life, that it's your fault because they're close to you. And those will be the ones that'll get inside your head the most. The person that you are the closest to will manipulate you the most, because of the simple fact they will see your weakness and they will take it and they will prey on it. And then when they see your weakness and they take it and they prey on it, now that's when you start blaming yourself for what has happened to you in your past, because they tell you, oh, you ain't gonna be nothing, you ain't gonna amount to nothing, you know, you ain't gonna never have no good relationship with no man. Ain't nobody gonna want you. You got this, you got that. Don't allow somebody to put you down. I don't care what you got. I don't care if you got 15 children. I guarantee you, somebody wants you somewhere. Somebody somewhere is going to love you for you. And you got to realize that. So stop blaming, you know, yourself for what has happened to you in your past, and move forward. And don't allow nobody else to tell you can't move forward, or to discourage you from moving forward, or to manipulate you. Because see, one of the worst things in the world today that's going on is how people are so manipulative. And they manipulate people so much, and they tear people down so bad to where people just don't have no confidence in themselves. They just sit back and they be like, well, you know what? I can't do nothing. I mean, every time I try to do something don't go right. Nobody supports me. Everybody's talking about me. Don't worry about it. Be your own support system. You know that you can do what you want to do and what you can accomplish, and be your own support system. Be your own cheerleader. You know, and then when you learn how to do that, and you learn how to be your own support system, and you learn how to be your own cheerleader, and you learn how to encourage yourself to do the things that you need to do so you can get to where you want to be in life. Now you can stop blaming yourself for what has happened to you in your past, because, you know, for what people have done to you in your past, because of the simple fact now you see that it wasn't your fault. Well, see, the thing is, what you don't realize, as long as you're around a toxic person, you're going to believe that whatever they're saying about you is true. You know, someone that don't support you, that talks about you all the time, that tells you you're not going to be nothing, you don't need to be around that person. I don't care who they are. I don't care if that's your husband or your wife or whatever it is. If they're not supportive of you and your dream, you don't need to be around them. And I know that's a hard pill to swallow, because a lot of people be like, man, but I love them so much. I mean, I know they just full of negativity, but I just love them so much. And it's hard for me to get away. I've been around them for so long. But see, what you don't realize is when you've been around a negative person for so long, now you start to take on their negative traits. And that's when you start to blame yourself for what they have done to you, or what they continue to do to you, because of the simple fact that you have no self-belief in yourself. You have no self-confidence. You have no self-perseverance. And I'm telling you right now, we need to stop blaming ourselves for what people have done to us in our past. Because as long as we blame ourselves for what people have done to us in our past, we're never going to be able to complete that journey into a bright future. Because we're always going to have that thought in the back of our head of somebody didn't do us right. You know, somebody didn't do us right. You know, somebody somewhere didn't treat us right. You know, something didn't go right, or whatever the case may be. But what we have to realize as individuals is the fact of the matter is that we have to stop blaming ourselves for what people have done to us in our past and move forward. Because when we learn how to move forward, now we learn how to adapt a different lifestyle. But as long as we allow ourselves to blame ourselves for what has happened to us in our past, for what people have done to us, we never get to the level of where we want to be. We never reach that destination of where we need to be. And we cannot reach there as long as we're blaming ourselves for what people have done to us in our past. So this morning, I challenge you, stop doing it. You know, move forward, and don't allow nobody to stop your destination from moving forward, no matter who it is. If you want to move forward, if you want to create a lifestyle of fun, freedom, and fulfillment, and you have no support system behind you, support yourself. And stay away from negative people. And stay away from people that's not going to encourage you to do better. You know, and stay away from people that's going to always tell you what you can and cannot accomplish. Because that choice is yours. You've got to be the one to be able to go out there and get what you deserve out of life. And if you want it bad enough, you'll find a way to go out there and get it. And you'll find a way to accomplish it. But the thing is, what you have to ask yourself, am I going to continue to blame myself for what people have done to me in my past? Or am I just going to let it go, move forward, and step into this journey and create the lifestyle that I deserve of fun, freedom, and fulfillment? But that's what you have to ask yourself. So, and then the choice is yours. But I challenge you, because I know it's hard. And I know some people right now that's struggling with this. You've been struggling with this for a long time. And I'm telling you right now, this morning in my morning live wake up, let it go. Get it out your head. Get it out your mind. It's the past. Stop blaming yourself for what people done to you. People treated you wrong because they wanted to treat you wrong. You know, that's what it's all about. A person treats another person wrong because they want to do it. And there's nothing you can do about it. It's not your fault. It's not what you did or did not do. You know, it's just that person was going to do you wrong regardless. And if they're still doing you wrong, then you're allowing them to. But you have to stop allowing them to and blaming yourself for what they're doing to you, and get away. Break free. Break free and set the path for your own destination. The future is yours to come. It's up to you to build that future. the way you want it. This is what I'm saying to you right now, this morning, my morning life wake ups is whatever you want out of life, you can accomplish. But you just got to have the mindset and the belief system to go get it. And there's nobody on this side that can stop you. And there's nobody on this side that can stop you. You are your biggest enemy. So what I'm saying to you, get out of your way and move forward with your life. Because once you get out of your own way and you stop being your biggest enemy, then you can accomplish whatever you want out of life because you have a different mindset. But like I said, with that being said, thank each and every one of you all for stopping by my morning life wake ups this morning. And I just want this to resonate with you. Happy Memorial Day to all the people that served in the armed forces. You know, happy Memorial Day to the late Oscar Young Sr., my father. He's a veteran. He served in the Navy. And all the others, you know, all the others that have served this great country. Happy Memorial Day to you too as well. But do me a favor, like, comment, and share on this video, because I know that there's somebody out there that is struggling with this right now, and they're still blaming themselves for what has happened to them in their past, and it's still holding them back from getting to their future. And what I'm saying to you this morning, let it go. Cut it. Just cut it. That's all you got to do. You know, but like I said, once again, thank each and every one of you all for stopping by my live this morning. And like, comment, and share on this video. And I have a call to action by ZenseMakesSense.com. It's my new product called Skin Tech. It cleans, moisturizes, and protects. It's an invisible. It's an antiseptic foam. It's a foam that you spray in your hand. You rub it in. Once you rub it in and it dries, it keeps you protected for up to 4 hours from viruses, bacteria, harmful chemicals. So if you're interested in that, click the link below at ZenseMakesSense.com. And like I said, once again, I just love each and every one of you all. I appreciate your likes, comments, and shares. Keep them coming. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. But remember this, we need to stop blaming ourselves for what people have done to us in our past so we can move on to a great future. So with that being said, thank each and every one of you all. God bless you. And I love you. God loves you, and so do I. And have a blessed day, and goodbye.